So in the last section we have discussed that how to plot annual climatology using base map, and here you can see, just to recapitulate the things. So the first thing, you have to import all the library, then you have to open the data set and extract the variable. You can extract the lat and log information as well, including values. And to make an average, here you can do the time average, since the file is monthly file. And to create an annual climatology, you need to average over the time dimension. So here in this particular line you can do. So remember, so after extracting the variable, you have to just use that variable here and then dot mean, because currently now this PR is now xarray object, and PR dot mean, and then you have to do the dimension. You have to mention the dimension over which you want to do the average. So this is the time dimension. The next thing is that how to plot, because once we have prepared the variable for plotting, because this is the variable that you want to plot, the next section you have to prepare the frame for plotting. So for that you need to extract the lat and longitude. You have to define the area for figure and axis using fig axis. PLT is the MATLAB area, and then subplots fig size. Then you have to create a base map object. This base map is actually used to project the maps. Okay, so matplotlib is basically giving you the area to plot, and base map creates those kind of maps. So if you use base map, to use the base map, this is the first, you have to import this base map from mpl toolkits.basemap. I've already told you that if base map is not installed in your system, you have to do the installation using pip. Okay, then you have to add the attributes of the base map. Draw parallel, draw meridians is basically give you the latitude longitude grids, and lat long and contour. Then you have to just create a mesh grid, and then you have to add this mesh grid to the base map object, and then you can plot use contour F. Now these are different kind of plot. If you want to like only contour, if you want to plot that is only contour. Contour F is basically used to plot shaded contour. Now one thing, just here I have added that here in this two line where I draw the, because if we remove, there is a one argument that I have added, that is line width. Actually initially if we remove this one, if we remove this line width content, and if I plot it, you can see the grids are visible, and normally we don't want those kind of grids. So in base map actually there are difficult to isolate this grid. So this is the one way we can do by using the line width command, and we can put as much as small, because if we put 0 you will get error somehow, because it requires a small amount. So here I am putting 0.01, which is very thin line. Actually it is not visible actually. Line width for same longitude, it is 0.01. Now if I again plot it here, you can see the grids are not actually visible, although we can say that grids are there, but it's not properly visible. So this is the one trick you can apply to like omit the grid thing. Then you have to add the color bar with the base map object using color bar. Then what you want to plot, that is the contour. Then what will be the location, right, left, bottom, top. The padding defines, you can check. If I increase it is 10%, you can see the distance between these two will increase. Now if I decrease, if I keep it 2%, then you can see the distance between this axis and color bar will decrease. So basically this is the function of pad. Set level, the set level is actually here you have to put a string which actually modify this particular string. Then you can put the title. You can add X level, Y level also. I think you can add here cb dot X level. Here you need to give a string which must be a longitude, and then you have to put cb dot Y level. Here it must be latitude. So this is the thing. So now if you plot, okay, X level objects are not there. Oh, I think we should add plot plt because okay, you can, I think you can modify the font size as well. Here it can be 12. Just let me check with the padding option that we can keep it here or not. Don't know whether it will work there. Padding is not working there. Okay, anyway, so we need to see that how we can work with X level, Y level, because we need to add but yeah, font size will work, that you can see, but the thing is that it is now overlapping. Okay, we will see that how we can omit this two thing. For that actually we can check some option here, like how to set X level and Y level in matplotlib. So you can check how to do that. So what are the things here? There matplotlib pyplot, actually plt is being object, so dot X level. Now what are the arguments we can use? I think xtick. No. Yeah, level pad. It is the level pad. Okay, so we have to use the level pad. Sorry, you have to use the level pad as it is as showing here. Label pad. Okay, so now if I add this one, so probably it cannot be as a string. We need to put somehow sorry, I put it wrong here. I should not change here anything. Okay, level pad I will use here. Okay, so 0.2. So now let's check with some number. It's random. Okay, it's not actually moving, so probably I need to use the format this way. String is not working. So 2.5, will it work? X level. It is actually not showing anything. Oh, I will give you some bigger number. Now it is working. So you need to set some like bigger number, then you can check. You can add font size here, same way. Sorry, the level pad equals to 18. So this is how you can modify the plots. Now the same plot we are going to plot using cartopy. So for that, first we need to import two modules. First is import cartopy dot crs as the crs, and then import cartopy dot feature as c feature. So these are the two modules you need to import. Now here, if you don't have this module, again you have to install this cartopy using pip option. You can use that command like pip install cartopy. Okay, it can work, or if it is not working, then we can use a different way using conda version, so we can check it. So pip install cartopy, but you don't have to give this exclamatory sign. I am not using this right now because in my particular system I have already installed. Okay, so now here I am going to use the cartopy. So first thing, if you see, I am not going to change much, so I will take the first, I am going to modify the figure part only. So up to extracting part it will be same. So I took the line that is figure, this one. So here we will add one more argument, that is subplot kw equals to now within bracket you have to type projection. There are actually different ways to do. Okay, so I will show you one way. Now here you have to add the projection with the matplotlib reference frame. This is the projection normally we use to plot the maps in. So this is the first modification we are doing. Now the second thing is that here, similar to the base map that we did, similar to that, now we have to add the coastlines. Okay, now then we have to add we have to modify the ticks that we did with the draw meridian, draw parallel and everything. Okay, so x set x ticks. Here we will do the same thing, that is np dot arrange. We are using, so this is x tick, so it should be longitude, so minus 180 to 180 comma 30. Then here again we are going to add the projection, that is crs dot plate crre. Okay, so this is the projection. Similarly we have to do it for y axis. So this might be the latitude, so it will be minus 90 to 90 30. Okay, now again we are using the projection here. So here I am, it's basically analogous line with the draw meridian and draw parallel. Okay, now the next thing, again you have to create the mesh grid, which I am not doing because I have already done. So my next line will be this, but I will remove this one. I don't need this. So I have already created the mesh grid, so I am not going to. So but the thing is, here you have to create the mesh grid. You have to create the mesh grid, which I have already created, so I didn't create. So I just took it from here. It's better to copy all the line. So here I am putting it here. Now this is the thing we don't actually need with the cartopy. So this line is required, but currently I am commenting because we have already done it when we are using the base map. Now this is the line where we need to do the modification. Okay, now here we are going to add modify instead of using base map. Now here we are using AX. Now then here we modify it as lawn, then lat, will not change the variable, and then here we add one more argument, that is transform is to ccrs dot plate carry. Okay, so this is the one argument you need to add. Okay, other arguments will remain same. Now similarly you have to add the color bar that we did in the that we actually did here. We can do some more thing. Okay, so here I'm adding the color bar. So the color bar is now here actually instead of base map we have to use the matplotlib object, and for matplotlib object there are slight modification. Instead of location we have to mention the orientation. So the orientation must be in vertical, and here pad, which is the function here also same. Instead of 2% here we have to directly mention some value like we did in label pad. So other things we can use I think directly, that is set level, and other things will be same. Okay, so I am taking it as it is, so not much modification we have to do. Let me check whether it will be, oh, CRS is not defined, so somewhere I did some mistake. Yeah, that is the CCRS, not CRS, because here I am calling it as, okay. So now you can see there is a plot. Okay, using cartopy. I think also we can modify. We need to check with the color bar for matplotlib. So here we need to check the color bar item. Okay, let me go back to the Google. This is I'm showing because so that you can do it by yourself while searching. If you find any error, you can also check it in to get the support. Actually you can use those things. So this is the color bar options. Now I need to see that what are the arguments are there. So yeah, axis I have already put, use grid space, location, orientation, fraction, string fraction by which multiply the size, the color aspect, anchor, extend. So these are some different arguments that we can use, but okay, so let me check with the shrink. Let me check with this one. Okay, shrink. So if I add this one with this here, so here I'm adding a shrink option, so I'm keeping this one. Okay, it's not changing. So if I do it 5 will, oh sorry, so actually we need to reduce 0.5. so I'm just checking. So this is how actually you can modify the bars. Okay, so using shrink option you can modify the bar. That is good. So this is how actually you can add and modify, like how to modify you can check in different ways. Okay, so this is the plot you can do using cartopy.